Okay, so I've got this hit on my back video converting, and I'm going to upload it as is. Little 12-minute video, people, because this situation is making me really sick. Okay? The stress is just on a whole new level. Like, this is a serious problem that I have here. Okay? So in the meantime, I've done the fish, so the fish is done. Okay? No regrets. Okay. And now I'm going to finish that little bit of beef with that little bit of pork. With heart palpitations. Okay? As my eyes are wigging because I'm so upset with this situation, because I don't know how to fucking deal with it, people. I don't know how to fucking deal with it. It's not like I can kick that girl out. It took me fucking months to get rid of Julian, and even then he came back and he murdered my daughter. It took me months to get rid of Austin and get him out of the house. We're talking fucking months. And even then, he came back and he derailed Sierra. To the point where it put her in a situation where the social workers took it to a whole new level and did the slam dunk and accused her of things that weren't even fucking true. And then ruined her life. And turned her into a little scuzzy little fucking street prostitute for 8 fucking years, hooked on the fucking needle, so they could prop up their underground economy. Yeah. And then have the audacity to harvest her organs yet, after they put her in a fucking snuff movie, because they lured her to her death. Yeah, okay. Like, I'm dealing with some really fucking seedy people. This girl just didn't fucking show up out of nowhere. Okay? To do all this shit. Like, this is fucking stupid. If this girl wasn't here, this would not be happening. Not like this. No fucking way. No fucking way. Like, it's creepy. It's at the point where it's fucking creepy. Borax and fucking drawers that don't belong there. You know. Empty egg cartons by a fridge with eggs inside of it. Yeah, okay. Just stupid shit like that. Fucking things disappearing. Literally fucking disappearing. With absolutely no remorse. As a matter of fact, they're vicious and vindictive and spiteful about it. As if they have a right to do what they're doing. But a lot of this is this girl, people. Okay? As she's sneaking behind my back as much as she's sneaking behind my fucking son's back. And my son is too fucking dumb. Fucking, I don't know, seriously, something wrong with him. Where he just doesn't want to acknowledge it. Because they want me dead. There's no other explanation, people. They don't want the responsibility of looking after, I suppose, a blind woman, to be, and there's too many benefits around with me being dead. And I'm so upset that, honestly, I'm just gonna finish this little video, convert all that other fucking video with the last batch of fucking salmons and these cods, and I'm just gonna upload it as is. And I don't even think I want to do the beef and the pork. It's in there. I have to skim off this. How you do it? It's okay. You seen what I did? It's sat right. I should have done it yesterday, but I'm like worn out, people. I had the cable guy come by and stuff, and we all fell asleep. And like, this is like a sickness. Like, this girl brought a fucking sickness as bad as Julian Johnson and fucking Austin Luck and freaking Joan Duncan, and I don't have the energy anymore for this, people. I just don't. Like, my life is going down the tubes, and it's going down fast. Really fucking fast. And they only benefit with me gone. They get everything. Fucking everything, people. They get money. They get belongings. They get control. They get to be the fucking boss. They can boss Andre around all they fucking want. They can rape and pillage my belongings. Rape and pillage my belongings. Because that's what it fucking feels like here. This girl must have been raped at one point in the fucking past, right? For her to be so vicious. Well, my son is just full of, I don't know, bitterness. And I don't know how to escape. And I want to go downstairs, take those fucking appliances, start smashing them right in the middle of the fucking walkway. So they're just one big pile of broken shit. And they can fucking walk over it until they want to fucking clean it up. Since it's going out in the garbage anyway. But that's what they want. They want me to do something dumb like that. So that they can say that I'm losing it. That I'm being irresponsible and unreasonable. That I'm acting crazy. I should have just taken that appliance and just dropped it into the garbage can and made it easy for them. And yeah, we're fucking depressed up here all the fucking time. With the two-faced fucking bullshit that goes on around with this stupid shit. They make me want to die. I want to die to get away from them. And that's what they want, for me to die. And that's why they do what they fucking do. Because then they get everything. And that's the bottom fucking line. Let that fucking haunt my son. Yeah. With his scuzzy little fucking wife. That doesn't know how to control herself and be respectful. Because you know she's still poking through my shit and fucking throwing it out. Because she can't help herself. Because she's a Joan Duncan with fucking mental illnesses that haven't come to full fruition yet. When John married fucking Joan, she was like something like 25 or something like that. It took a long time for it to come to the fucking surface. For the first fucking 5-10 years, you know, well, 5 years maybe, she held it down pretty good. In terms of being, quote unquote, somewhat normal. In terms of, she hid very well what she was like. But after about 5 years, it started to creep to the fucking surface. And within that 10-year fucking mark, along came the mental institution. And then from that point forward, it never fucking stopped. Along came the mental institution. Along came, because I can't handle the stress. I can't deal with this. I can't fucking deal with that. I can't. Ooh. I need to go to the mental institution and have them pamper me and serve me and give to me so that I can recuperate and come back home and start the same bullshit all over again. So that by the time she moved into my house, she was going to the hospital every 3 fucking weeks in an ambulance. Because she liked the attention. When she wasn't doing the things that fucking Marina does. Only Marina takes it to a whole new fucking level. Yeah. Well, my son is, I don't know, stuck on fucking stupid. And then wants to get mad at me for him being stupid. As he's shooting himself in the fucking foot. Thinking he's gonna be fucking safe from this karma that he's creating for himself. As he put a fucking hit on his mom by bringing in somebody that fucking hates her. Like a Julian Johnson. But you see, I want to end it on this. Julian Johnson had scoped out fucking Shimei. Shimei was being stalked by Julian Johnson. Yeah, and his whoever was connected to him at that time, because there was a hit on Shimei. And Julian was the hit guy. Okay, within 2 years, Shimei was fucking dead. Okay, yeah. And we know what happened. We know what happened. Government can throw it out of court, but we know her organs were illegally harvested. We know her dead body was on that hospital bed for 9 fucking days with an orifice plug in the back of her mouth, with sutures to hold up her freaking jaw because it was falling off her fucking face, with a big ass bruise under the skin because exposure freaking produced that picture with the bruise on her head, as the hospital staff were saying no, she didn't have a fucking bruise. No, exposure exposed that bruise, as they had little electrode pads under the skin because they were running their embalming solution to make it look like she was alive for those 9 days. And we also know they took out her teeth. And we also know the doctor said that she was dead before she even left the house, as he turned his back on me and told him to take him to fucking court. Yeah. And made it so that I basically went blind because I couldn't get a referral for an eye specialist to go get drops. Because there's a hit on my back. So don't tell me this fucking girl didn't show up to finish the fucking job. Okay? Because she gets everything. As she's going to be running around bossing Andre. Well, you can't have that. No. No, it's mine. Your mom said I can have the fabric. Yeah, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Go back home to your fucking parents. Start on day 1 when you came out of the womb. Fucking, maybe you'll learn something the second time around. Because you sure enough fucking didn't learn anything the first time around. Like, this is stupid. Completely fucking stupid. Like, I don't even want to can nothing. I want to curl up and die. That's how I feel about it right now. Okay? And I sure in the fuck don't feel like going downstairs kissing somebody's fucking nasty, dirty, fucking skanky ass so that they can go around and still trash my shit. Why the fuck would I want to do that? I don't. I'm just bracing for the next fucking overflow of my stuff being out in the garage. Don't know where to put it. Don't know what to do with it other than to watch it slowly but surely disappear or get ruined. Yeah. 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 Because that's pretty much where they brought me to. Yeah. Yeah. Don't have kids, man. Not in this day and age. They don't know how to respect their parents, unless, of course, you beat the shit out of them and make them respect you. Maybe then they might do that, right? Unless, of course, you want to teach them how to be literally financial under that organized religion and teach them how to be fucking tyrants so that they can amass great wealth for themselves as they go around abusing the ones that they capitalize off of with the rent gouging, the targeting of the body parts, you know, that kind of shit, right? The medical kidnapping of those with assets just to prop up the ones that do listen to their parents. This is how you do it. You gotta be a mean fucking landlord. You gotta make threats. You gotta do this. You can't do that. You shouldn't do this. And don't make sure you don't fix that. And yeah, make them live in fucking squalor so they continue to fight. So it's easy to start picking them off one by one. And then after the fact, you'll have lots of fucking money. You can live in your big fucking monster house. Brag on about how hard you fucking worked about ripping off other people for most of your life as you abused them while you did it. Because that's the only way you can fucking get rich. Hold them hostage to corrupt politics that sets them up to be targeted, to have their organs fucking harvested on the call, on the whim of, well, we're placing an order and this is what we need. Oh, don't worry, in that house, that's where we know exactly that blood type that's living in that fucking house because we're in partnership with the corrupt fucking healthcare system and we've got our workers on the inside ready on demand. Yeah. So I'm saying there's a hit on me. This is a fucking hit. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is like Julian constantly fighting with fucking Shemaine. Causing trouble. Until one day, everything got silent. And nothing moved. Except her. Isn't that interesting? And everything else was left behind. Because she was dead. I gotta find a way to get out of this house, people. I really do. I don't know. I'm so weak these days. This is stressing me out so much. This was my little downtime. But even from the duration of from when I started it to where I am right now with it, my eyesight deteriorated because of the stress. And then when I hear shit, well, when is your mom coming downstairs? When is she going to get back at it? Well, I don't know. I'm still fucking struggling with the shit that I brought upstairs. I don't know what to fucking do with it. I'm still fucking struggling with the shit that's in the fucking garage, as I can see that, you know, the pile that was there that I was supposed to sort out has actually dropped, which means that you came in there and took out more shit and did something else with that shit, even though it's fucking outside. Not because you want it, but because you want to fucking fuck with me, because you're an evil fucking bitch. And you're programmed to put you were programmed like a hitman. Somebody fucking programmed you to target my son, to target me. And being that I'm not safe, nothing that belongs to me is safe, don't tell me my son is safe. 'Cause he's not. You do to me, you'll do to him. And everybody else in my family. Because it all started with you. And it keeps going on because of you. So what you gonna fucking go for next? Will I ever know? Or are you just gonna sneak off with it? Or are you gonna put it out there where it's blaring in my fucking face so you can kick me in my groin when I come down there and find it outside, when it should be somewhere else, somewhere where you shouldn't be? And you expect to have a nice, quiet, middle-class lifestyle after the fact of basically taking somebody else out? Okay, so today is what? I think the 28th or something like that. Yeah, it's July 28th, 2024. It's my second video of the day. Okay, so I'm just working here, okay? Because yesterday I was looking after some children. In the meantime, this is our first batch of sockeye salmon. Okay? Alright? And it's supposed to be sockeye. It didn't look very red, but it was red when it was fresh, so who knows? Anyway, I gave 2 jars to Rhea. So currently we have 12. Okay? This is the blue cod, to which Andre and I, we ate some. What I found was the bones are very fine. And with this batch here, this is the second batch, only 3 bags. Okay? Because I can only put so many jars in my canner. Right? So anyway, this here is the rest of the sockeye, to which one was bigger than the other ones, and for whatever reason I got less jars, but maybe it's the way I cut it, so who knows. Either or, we've got 13 jars here. Last batch was 14 jars with $5 less. So don't ask me how that one worked out, but it did. Either or, just salt, nothing. I'm not adding no water, nothing. I just put salt, okay? Although I should look at that and see what happened here. Hold on a minute. Maybe I can see. I can't see nothing, people. I can't see shit. I could tell you, every day I get up, my eyes are getting worse. I don't know, this doctor, he lied to me. This cataract was a big problem. Do you see any liquid in there? I don't see no liquid. Oh, I don't see nothing. Where is it? Because what? I put a tablespoon of salt, water in this, right? Remember? Maybe I should do that. This jar is much kind of fuller. Oh, I don't know. I miss my eyesight. Yeah, I see liquid in there. You can see it moving. Where is it? Sorry. You can see it moving. I see it moving. Okay, so I already wiped the rims and everything, but if I did water, just to add an extra little bit of water, because these were completely unthawed, right? You can kind of see the water is starting to, well, no, not necessarily. So I might put a tablespoon of water in each one. It can handle a tablespoon of water. Okay? All right, and a quarter teaspoon of salt. Now, in terms of the blue cod, I didn't take off the fins this time because they're so tiny that technically they should cook within the pressure canner, and they're so, you know, like, because I fried a couple of pieces, right? And you can eat fins. You can fry them up and make them crispy and eat them. You can put them in, you know, when you're making a broth with the bones of the head of the fish or whatever. You can cook up the tail and the fins to get those extra nutrients. So it's not like you can't eat them or use them. It's just, I think because this fish is, hold on a minute. I'll show you. Okay, so this is it from when I fried it. Again, I don't see very well. There's a bone to which these bones should technically get soft, just like the salmon bones. Okay? It should. Otherwise, they're very fine and what do you call it? Prickly. You can see the cod itself, which is not a cod, but in this case, blue cod, right? It really is a mild tasting fish, and it's quite good with lemon, like really good. Now this is cold, and it's like, it's delicious. Now, sometimes when you can fish, depending on the fish, it can get mushy. So, in this situation, I use the salmon jars because obviously I have too many now. So, I just thought I'd use the salmon jars for the fish anyway. And like, it's really, really good. And of course, I'm dropping really good fish on the ground. Right? But in terms of the fins, because I cut off the fins, see, the bones, they come off kind of on their own. So, you know, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking they'll cook. But wherever the fins were, and because these things tend to have a lot of fins, there's some really, really tiny little pieces in there. Otherwise, this is really, really good fish, people. And I don't know, I don't think it will go mushy after the fact, because as I'm chewing it on right now, after it's been cooked, and then put in the fridge cold, it's really good. Like, I really like it. Yeah. So, because I didn't want to, and I don't know what's going to happen. I have to open up one of those other jars, or one of these ones later. Right? To see how well these bones cooked up and whatnot. So I just left the fins on. To try and cut back on the on these little teeny weeny pieces where I cut. Oh, there's nothing there to put that no more. Where can I put this? Right here. No, technically, with it being, I don't know. Look how small that is. And because I cut it, they're even smaller. No? Mm-hmm. So, that's why I didn't cut the fins, because I figure if they're a problem after canning, it might be easier to remove them whole versus trying to remove them before you do it. Other than that, it's a good fish. I like the taste of it. And it's really good with lemon. Oh yeah. And you can see how it comes up. You can see how small they are. But they'll cook, so they'll get softer. So the fins might do that too, right? In terms of the actual flesh itself. I don't think it will turn mushy.
Yes, we did, but we wanted to come back to it because...
Where am I? There we are. I don't think it will turn mushy, because it flakes off pretty nice. Can you see? I don't know. You won't know until you try it. But it's very good. Like, really good.
Oh, okay, finally.
Oh, I like it. Alright. Now, because that black cod was still kind of frozen, what's happening here is the jars are really, really, really cold. Because they're unthawing, so technically I don't even need to put water. I'm not going to put no water, nothing in these, because some of the pieces kind of went in frozen, and so the jar is really cold. So I'm giving it a few minutes to warm up, but eventually I'm going to put it in the canner, and before I put the heat up on high to get that, you know, blowing off for 10 minutes, I'd heat up the counter very slowly for the first 15-20 minutes, very slowly. You start warming up the jars very slowly so you don't crack them. Yeah. Salmon is ready to go in. That was unthawed, but the cod wasn't quite unthawed. It was like maybe 3/4 unthawed. And now it's probably a half to a third unthawed. But too cold to put into the pressure canner. Put the lid on and bring up the heat.
I'm lost.
I have to bring it up slowly, so keep that in mind too if you do stuff like this. Okay, so as I got this canner, the lid is not on it, but I turned up the heat just a bit just to start warming it up slowly in there, to warm up those jars. Right, I got it on 4 right now. To start warming up those jars, which are like still very cold, right? Because we don't want them going into shock when it starts getting hot in there. So I have to give it a bit more time. In the meantime, this is what Rhea gave me yesterday. Some plums. So when that's cooking, I'll start washing these. These little purple ones are soft, where these ones are not so much. So what I'll do is I'll probably end up cutting the purple, I'll wash the purple ones, right? And I'll cook them up first. I'll wash these ones. I'll take a bite. If they're okay, I'm just going to cook them all up together, and then I'm going to probably can them. Just in a few jars. It won't be that many jars. Right. This is going to be my last year canning, people. I don't know, this doctor, whatever he did, he screwed up this eye with the cataract lens, which is no good. This one's been wigging because it's high pressure all the time, right? I seen him on June 7th, and it was at 39 PSI. He wanted to book me in within 2 weeks to do that Roto-Rooter, but I couldn't do it, right? And then obviously got into that snit with Tisha, so forget that, right? So I'll probably go completely blind in this eye soon enough, because the surgery just won't get done. That's what's going to happen here. Not that it makes much of a difference anyway, because it's only 2% vision. I barely see anything out of this. It's enough, like he said, to see a door frame. It's, you know, it's just, you can't really see very much, right? Because it's all, it's, right? Yeah. What's his issue?
Nothing.
Did you give him that bottle?
Yes.
Is his foot okay? Maybe he got his foot twisted. Anyway, just a little while longer to heat this up, and then I'll be here for 110 minutes. Yeah. Or 100. An extra 10 minutes isn't going to kill me. And then I'll have these plums pretty much done. And then tomorrow, maybe do that little bit of meat, which is not very much. And then that will be it probably for me for the rest of my life. Unless for some strange reason I might do something in the middle of winter, but I don't know. I don't like this, what's going on with my eyes. And I don't understand why it's the way it is. I just don't get it. Outside of the cataract, just the cataract lens, the replacement of the cataract lens really, really, really did a number on me. So I gotta go get some glasses, but I have to pay for that. So I've been putting off my glasses to help Lady Jane with Mama Peter, okay? There's things I've been putting off that I need to focus on soon. So we'll see what happens. See, I got my own issues, Lady Jane. I gotta get a repair guy to come here and work on my stove. Now this stove I bought in 2007 when I moved out of my house and ended up in that apartment. First it was the 2-bedroom apartment, then it was the shanty shack, and then I bought the stove in 2008 when I moved out of the shanty shack into an apartment so I could work on the foundation, right? And that's all I could afford at the time as well. In those days, the 3-bedroom apartment was $800 a month. Now, same apartment, bugs and all, is $2,700 a month. So I'm facing some serious issues here in the near future. And anyway, when I moved into that 3-bedroom apartment, I didn't want an apartment-sized stove and an apartment-sized fridge with my 5 kids, because I basically moved in there with the 5 kids and myself and Uncle John. We were all there for a while, and eventually, well, Brooks didn't move in. I went in with the 4 kids because by then Brooks had already gotten his own place and was property management for some building or something like that. Anyway, that's when I bought it. Was in 2008. So I've owned this since 2008, and I have had a repair guy come and just do the connections underneath the hood, to which it needs it again because this element is humming. While my fridge over here isn't necessarily working correctly either, which kind of pissing me off. Because when they make these appliances nowadays, they put the life of a brand new fridge for 6 years. Like, what the hell, right? And I've owned it longer than 6 years, that's for sure. Right? So, you know, I have to have the repair guy come in, work on my stove. I don't know about the fridge. I think I might have to buy a new fridge altogether, which is going to be $1,000. And that's a cheap fridge. Just your basic fridge, like that. By the time you do tax and delivery and everything, right? Because you know I don't want no used fridge leaking all over the place. Forget that nonsense. If I want a used fridge, I'll just keep that one. But I'm not buying no fridge anytime soon because I need to get glasses. I have to pay for those people. And I'm going to need more than 1 or 2 pairs for different things. And even then, they probably won't work that long because my eyes are deteriorating like every fucking day here. Like, seriously. But maybe, you know, I'm using dollar store glasses, right? And it's like, you know, it's too much. It's hard on my eyes. And then, of course, my wash machine. Something grinding still in there. So that's 3 appliances I have to get fixed that I've been putting off. Right? Putting off. You know, I don't want to buy a new fridge if I don't have to. So I've been putting up with this fridge. But this element is starting to hum. And my wash machine is still grinding from time to time. So, you know, like, and I need to get glasses. It would be nice if I could go get my teeth cleaned, but I have to pay for that, right? You know, that's like $300, $400. Like, whatever. So, you know, like, pay down my bills. That would be helpful, right? So anyway, I think this is the last time I'll be canning meat. I do. I maybe get one more batch in, maybe in the winter, but all I can say is I'm glad I did this when I did it, because I don't like doing this now. I don't like it because I can't see it very well, right? I don't like it. So whatever I do this summer with the tomatoes, if they grow, if I get pears, if I do a few blackberry jars, blackberries or something, right? If the apples drop, I might consider doing the apple juice. That's always nice. But, you know, again, I'm kind of at a spot where I don't have much room of anything anywhere. Okay, so 110 minutes. That's an hour and 50 minutes. Oh, I guess I should turn that down, eh? Pay attention to what I'm doing. Oh yeah, just turn it down. Okay, so I'm gonna work with this pork while I'm standing here anyway. I've got the purple plums already pitted in the pot. The yellow ones still have to ripen a bit. So I'm going to cook up the purple ones. anyway. Oh, come on. I'm going to I'm going to cook up the purple plums, and then depending how I feel after this is done and how long it takes for it to cool down and everything, I might just can the purple plums, because that's only 20 minutes in a water bath, because I'm just going to use the 250 ml jars, which are actually already washed. So now what I'm thinking with these little ribs from the beef, which honestly, for what I paid for them, people, I did not get very much. No, not at all. So what I'm thinking, this doesn't look too bad. What I'm thinking, I won't know until I cut into it, but where there's more meat, right, the rind I will cook up in the oven, or I'll fry it. I'll just keep it simple and fry it. Still watching this. I have to try and get this canner, you know. Oh, I hate doing this. What I'm thinking is slicing the pork kind of thin. I don't know how that would hold up in the pressure canner versus chunks. Over the burner here. I'm thinking to slice it thin and mix it in with the beef, because it's a lot of bones, right? Because for what I got, not gonna get very much, because you can mix pork and beef together, you know. So that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to touch it yet until I kind of got this where it needs to be. Right? It's fickle. It's basically a full canner, which at the end I kind of like it when they're full. They tend to hold their heat better, but you just have to see as I'm doing this, as I'm moving. Right, we've got this freaking fluorescent light. Well, it's not fluorescent, LED light above me, which is terrible for my eyes. I mean, obviously I had that fluorescent light up there until that finally kinked out, and that was what, 12 years under a fluorescent light with no cover. That didn't help my eyes. I'm changing the glasses, right? Okay? Because I can't, you know, the lens is blurry, right? So as I'm going like this, you know, my eye gets more blurry. And then I get dizzy because of the blurriness. Which makes this eye with the pressure go higher, because I can feel it. You know, that gumpy feeling that I used to get, right? It came back. Because I've been under too much stress. Yeah. So anyway, I just want to get this little bit done over the next couple, 2-3 days. And then after that, it's back to the old grind. Whatever that grind will be. Right. But I don't think I'm going to be doing this much longer. I don't want to. Because it's just getting too difficult. You know, it's too much of an effort. That's what it is. It's too much of an effort. And I don't like... See, this is where I need a different pair of fucking glasses, right? So, you know, I gotta start focusing on that at some point. But there's other things I need to do first. Anyway. So yeah, I'm thinking to, see, so you see, as soon as I take them off, everything's even blurrier. And you notice how I'm starting to squint now? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how long a pair of glasses would actually, like a prescription kind. Like, go see somebody that can give me prescription glasses. And basically, it's just for the right eye, because you can kiss the left one goodbye. Seriously, I can barely see anything out of it, and all I see is on this side. I don't see anything in front of me. I don't see anything on that side. I can just see a little bit of stuff on this side. Right? I can see a little bit of stuff on this side, but I can't see nothing straight forward, and I can't see anything over here. That's how blind I am. Right? Because that's how many octave nerves have died. And now, if I wear these like this and try and do what I'm doing, it's hard because I can't see. Before he changed my cataract lens, I used to be able to see the gauge without the glasses. Right? You know? Things were clearer. Not anymore. Everything's blurry. And, you know, I don't know. I know people get glasses and, you know, they only last for so long, and then you have to get them again and again and again, you know? And I have to pay for these things, people. So, you know, I need one for close-up looking, reading maybe, right? And then I need one where I can kind of do things. Because as soon as I move and I have to look at something else, my eyes, they can't adjust. And I'm having a really hard time with this canner here. I don't know why I can't get it to level out. Alright. And of course everything's, I don't know, grayer, I guess you could say. Oh, it's just getting grayer. Anyway, I'm just trying to get this leveled out, and then I'm going to start touching this. But I have a little piece of something here for this burner. I don't want to get too involved with this and then forget about that, because this is being, I hate it when it's pickly, you know. This one's being pickly on me right now. Well, at least I'm giving myself time to mourn my canners and my jars and all that stuff, right? I mean, I know I'm starting to look old, but do I look that old, people? You know, like, I don't... A lot of 60-year-olds, 62-year-olds would love to have the kind of energy that I have. And, you know, I've lost a lot of it with just being overworked to death, right? And it sure the hell doesn't help with this eye situation. But, you know, like, even cutting this, I'm at the point where I don't want to do it anymore because I can't see it very well. You know, it's too hard. It's too much on the brain. It makes the brain dizzy because you're trying so hard to see, right? And I have to be careful I don't cut myself, right? You know, every now and then I cut myself, right? And just burnt myself on that pot, on my elbow. Shit. I'm just trying to cut off the skin right now, which I like it crispy. You know, I'm thinking, okay, well, how much longer are you going to want to do this for? In terms of, just do it, right? Like, I'm not in the mood for it. It's too complicated. And I'm like, okay, well, what can you do to replace what you're doing? Right? You've been doing this for fucking 50 years, for crying out loud. More than that. 10. Take it to the age of 10. I was cooking when I was 10. Right. Caught up a lot of shit in my lifetime. Done a lot of crap. And I'm like, okay, well, don't get scared. In terms of other people are going to be feeding you, you won't be able to feed yourself like you used to. I'm getting scared. Because I don't know what's coming my way. Oh, shit. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to want to be doing this next year. Not at the rate I'm going. No way. So I'm giving myself time to get used to the idea. Just let it go, right? You just have to let it go. It's just a part of your life that is not going to be a part of your life anymore. Alright. Most of everything I do these days is by feel. Yeah. So much. I look at bags. I'm trying to see what the hell's inside them. I can't see. I have to open up the bag, stick my hand in there, feel around. And then I have to go on memory. What was in the bag. Yeah. And if that doesn't work, then I have to pull it out. And I'm looking. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell it is. Yeah. That's terrible. Okay, so now it's dropping again. This is a fickle canter today. Could be because my door is open. And maybe we're getting a bit of a breeze. Could be anything. Could be my burner because it was humming. Like I said, I think I'm going to have to get a repair guy to come in and just tighten the connections and everything. Maybe change one of them. I bought one. I need to find it before I call him. I bought a new connection part, right? That's underneath that plugs in with the element. Only thing is I don't remember where I put it right now. So I have to hunt around for that. I cleaned the element before I started this canning session. Because when Andre cooks, he tends to get crap everywhere. And I didn't want it smoking. So I had to pull, and it got stuck. The element was stuck. So it was really hard to get it out. Yeah. But it's an old stove, so I'm surprised it's been holding up this long, honestly. For as many years as I had it. General Electric. Good brand. Yeah, I don't like this. I can't see like I used to. I just don't like doing this. So I guess when you start to not like doing it, that helps when you can't do it anymore. Because you don't like it anymore, right? You know? So maybe that's why I'm doing it. I'm training myself not to like it anymore. So that when I can't do it, I don't feel like I've lost something. Because you know I'm losing a whole lot here, people. Yeah. And there's nothing I can do about it. Alright. Actually, this little piece of meat here is not that fatty, from what I can tell. At this... See? I just burnt my fucking elbow again. Oh, my lord. Because I can't judge distance, that's why. Very well sometimes. Like I said, I hardly have any vision on this side. Okay. Now, what I'm thinking, just to give you an example, be careful. $1.99 a pound. Come on. Can't get mad with that. Not in this day and age. Okay. Honestly, that doesn't look that fatty. Not really. And especially if you boil it off a bit before you can it. It'd even be less. And there's not enough here to render anything, really, to be honest with you, outside of maybe just a small 125 mil of grease after you bake that skin. Melt off the fat that's on that. I mean, look, there's hardly anything there. Right? But then I can't see very well, so. Okay, so what I'm thinking... Probably have to get away from my feet, cat. I can feel you. Oh, you found that bone. That fish bone. I put that bone down there for you. Yeah. Mickey. She misses me in the yard. My son started working in the garage. He's putting a... kind of closing it off and putting a door on it and another door on it, and I don't know. So he's ripping things apart, but he's gonna be taking crap to the dump pretty soon in terms of old rotten wood. Getting mad at me because he's pulling out crap that's been sitting there for 14 years. And he's like, I just found a whole bunch of play sand. Like bags full. Leaning up against the wall that had been sitting there for a long, long time, right? And I said, yeah, well, that was for Andre when he was young. Obviously, I never got around to using it for any reason. And, you know, to expect me to go in the garage and start clearing out shit. Like, come on, look at me compared to you. Like, give it a fucking rest, man. Like, that's all I did for 12 years was working, well, yeah, 11, 12 years was working this yard. From the moment I moved in until the last couple of years, maybe not so much. See, I'm thinking to have them more like a strip. Versus a square. I don't know if that would make much of a difference. I don't know how well it would hold up in the canner. I can't know. You see? Oh, what am I doing? I'm just playing with it now. I'd be better off just to cut it into chunks. Honestly. It'd be easier to go in between the bones. Because I'm thinking to put the two together. Maybe. I'm not sure. What I was thinking to do in slices, I mean, it's not necessary, right? So maybe I'll just cut it into slices. I mean, into like little chunks. That'll work. Yeah, we'll do that. Maybe that will be better. I'm not using this hand. This hand's clean, so. So I might have some good news here. This is stupid. My son came up for a minute, right? And I said to him, I said, you might be inheriting these canners pretty soon. I said, first of all, I said, you'd be happy. He goes, why? I said, because you might be inheriting these canners pretty soon. He goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I don't like doing this. I can't see. You know? I said, you know, it's just getting too wonky for me. He goes, yeah, your eyes look kind of messed up, Mom. I said, well, they're feeling messed up. I told you, this one has just been going like nutsy. I think that's why that doctor wanted to do that Roto-Rooter right away, but just pressure. Too much shit I have to do, right? But yeah, I can feel it, right? Nothing matching up with my eyes. He says, it looks like you're having a hard time focusing. I said, I am. Big time. So anyway, he said he might want the canners. So I suppose that's some good news. I said, well, it would be a good idea to keep them. I mean, like, how pathetic is that? Like, I'm 62 years old. I don't know what the hell happened, other than I got a fucked up government that is so corrupt that they're making healthcare professionals and any kind of professional, really, when it comes to the government employees, just commit crime after crime. It doesn't matter what the fucking crime is. The government covers it up. You know, they brought in their policies when everybody was on lockdown, and, you know, that really threw it for a loop, right? Obviously, I've been dealing with a lot of corrupt doctors here in terms of my family doctor and, you know, what happened to Shimei and even Sierra, right? You know, like Mari. Oh, people. 62 years old and I'm having to retire my canner. Probably within the year, if not sooner. Yeah. Because of bullshit. Yeah. And I'm not ready, but I don't really have much choice. I told my son, well, whatever's going on, I'm taking it in stride. And he said, that's all you can do. And I said, yeah, that's all I can do. What else can you do? But I don't like doing this because the last time I did this, I didn't like it then because it was hard to see. This time it's even harder to see, so you know I like it less. So means if and when I was to ever do this again, I wouldn't want to because I probably won't be able to see shit. So yeah, I'm going to render this because I'll get some fat out of it. Like lard. For frying. Which is fine. And cracklings. Cracklings are nice. Right. I'm just trying to take out the little bits of fat in between the meat as best as I can see it. As I stand here. This helps me to kill time, right? In terms of I only got 51 minutes left to go. As my eyes are wigging out. He almost said cross-eyed. You're looking kind of cross-eyed there, Mom. Feeling cross-eyed. Yeah. I have to try these other a prescription glass. I don't know. I've never done well with prescription glasses of any kind. You know, unless of course maybe it was like a reading type where I sat down in one spot at my sewing table and was just kind of doing something with beads or something like that, then it would work. But other than that, no. Anyway. At least I can still do it for today. This is where you take that one day at a time. Right. This was just a small little detour. Nothing major. I like pork rind with salt and pepper, or just salt is fine, or just as is fine. Alright. I already used up all that turkey fat, so no regrets with that. I got 2 more sitting there and then a few more in my room yet. So I don't regret doing that. I don't regret doing any of this stuff, people. I'm glad I did it. Now that I look back, I'm glad I did it and I don't have to do it. Because even if I wanted to, I couldn't no more. I mean, I could do until I can't do no more, but you know what I mean. Not like the good old days, that's for sure. Now I just have to show Andre how to cook with it, so that when it really starts to run out, he'll want it, and he'll go out of his way to make it for himself, because he'll be older. And because he grew up watching me do it, once he gets a few runs under his belt, he'll be a pro at it. So I just have to put the canners away eventually where they're safe, out of sight, out of mind. Yeah, just, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm definitely not into this too much. And when you lose your eyesight, you tend to want to, I don't know, sleep more maybe? It comes and goes. The sleeping. I have to sleep extra to get the extra energy that I need to do this kind of stuff. Where before, I'd get a few hours sleep in and I'd be good to go for 16 hours. What? Yes, I know. I will work on that in the morning. He's just working underneath the sink, fixing that leak. Yeah, I have a leak still. 2 years still. But he's coming to... He found it. Yeah, so he's gonna fix it. Finally, for once where it's just done. Alright, so that went pretty fast because I was amusing myself with this. So it's done. I just turned off the burner. I just washed my hands. So it all ended together at the same time. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Now this is going to end up being pork lard, little pieces of whatever. So we're going to render that in the oven at either 225 or 250, probably 225 start and then 250. No more than 250, right? So you can do between 225 and 250, okay? And then, so I'm going to put that in a glass pan. That is the rind, which I'm going to probably put in its own pan. So I'm going to do them separate, right? This one will start to release fat as well at some point, unless I use one big pan, right? So I might use one big pan. I'll just put that, oh my foot, hurt. Put that on one side and that on the other side. I don't know, either or, it's going in the oven and I'm rendering it. And then here you can see there's bits of pork, right? And there's a bone. So basically what I'm going to do, let's get off my feet for a few minutes. Decide what kind of pan I want to use. It's not a lot, but you know what? By the time I'm done, I'll have more than a half a pint of pork fat, that's for sure. More than likely, more than a half a pint. I don't think I'll get a pint, but probably a half a pint anyway, and a bit. That's a bit. Right? Oh my lord. I dropped my glasses here. So, and then I'm going to cook up the plums in a little while, get them in the fridge, and then I'll probably cook up this pork. I'm just going to put it in the fridge for now. And then I'm probably going to cook it up. Like, technically I should cook up the pork, put it in its own container after the fact so it can degrease, right? Okay, so I degreased. This is the first time I degreased, okay? And then I'll cook it in a bit of water, right? And then put it in the fridge after it cools down, and then a second layer of grease is going to come out. And not only that, but the broth will be very rich. After all these years, I like it like that, because it's like instant broth, right? That's delicious. So now I don't know if I want to combine the beef broth with the pork. I may just can everything separate. Pork with pork, beef with beef, but I have to boil the beef bones as well, and they need to sit overnight. So if I do that tonight, it's already going on 9 o'clock. If I can get those two things done, and it's not boil, you just bring it to a boil it for a couple of minutes and turn it off. That's it, just enough to get that grease starting to melt. This crackling, I can leave it at 225 for the night, more than likely. Or because it's in the oven, I mean, I could put it in the fridge, honestly, and deal with it tomorrow and start early with the otherwise I'll be paranoid, right? And then when I go to sleep, you know, I might leave it too long or something, and therefore I'll force myself to wake up before I'm ready to wake up. Just stupid shit. But definitely cook the pork. I'm going to do the plums first so I can get them out of that pot. I'll figure it out, okay? Okay, so we're getting on to the last stretch. Oh boy. So I put that pork fat, rind, everything in the fridge, and I'm just going to pop that in the oven at 250 tomorrow morning, and it will stay like that all day until it's done. And then, of course, I'll have the fat, the lard, that is, in its own jar, and then the cracklings as well as the rind. And you know I'm going to chow down on that. Alright, so these are these bones, beef short rib braising. They're kind of fatty. Honestly, I don't feel like trying to cut it off because I don't want to. For what it's worth, $10.66. You don't get very much. $11.14. You don't get very much. And $12.29. You don't get very much. And what were they selling these things at? Where's the price? No. It looks like I paid full price for it. Why did I not get it on sale? Because if you look at the weight, I mean the price, that's like $8 and nine is 18, $9 and 60 cents a pound. So they didn't give me my deal on it. Why? I don't think they gave me my deal on it. They charged me full price. I think so. You can't win for losing. I don't know. Right? Whatever. It is what it is. Here's that pork that was defatted first time around. As you can see, I put a bit of water in there. I'll probably put a little bit more. We've got the plums cooking here. As soon as they're done, I'm taking them off which they're almost done now. And then I'm going to let them cool. And then I'm just going to put them in the fridge for the night. And then tomorrow I'll take a bullet to it, blend it all up. I've got some coconut sugar. So I'll probably put coconut sugar in it. Or sugar, one or the other. I got coconut sugar right here with a little teeny weeny bit of maple in there because I'm going through my old bags of this and that. Coconut sugar's okay. Yeah. So I'll put coconut sugar in there with a little bit of, or maybe that was maple. With a little bit of maple. I'll put more maple in it. The coconut has a slightly different taste. Either or, I think I'm going to use that with the plums. And then I'm going to can whatever is there. I might only get 4 or 5 or 6 jars, but it's 20 minutes in a water bath. And then that's done. And then after that, wash my jars, because after this canner is done, I'm going to put all the jars on here, or maybe I'll put them over there. I'll move those back over here, and then I'll put the jars over there, and then tomorrow I'll wash them, and finish canning this, and then that will be it. And I'm starting to not like it because I can't see as well as I'd like to. And for whatever strange reason, my eyes are wigging out. Yeah. For whatever strange reason. I don't know. That's a bone. That's a bone. So, bone. So I think I'm just going to cut these things in. Well, I'm just going to cook them up as is. To just cook off some of that fat. It's not very much, just a little bit. And then after it's done, put it in the fridge when it cools down. And whatever grease boiled off will go to the surface. And then those will be canned as is in their own liquid. So I'll probably do pork with pork and beef with both of them being degreased. And just a tad bit of salt. Right. Yep, definitely not the same like it used to be for me. It's too everything's too gray, blending together, and colors are dull, and things are blurry, and it's like I don't like it, people. Anyway, this is the pork that I cooked up in this. Just brought it to get it foaming, and get it just starting to lightly boil, just enough to, so I'm just cooling it down before I put it in the fridge. This is the plums. Okay, we've got the beef here. You can see I haven't, and it's midnight. It's 7 minutes after midnight. Oh my Lord. It's been a full day. So I'm kind of pushing myself hard here because I'm tired and I woke up tired. But I've been keeping a pretty steady pace with this. That's ready to come out. I will take those out as soon as I get all this off the counter, because I'm just going to take this out and move these boxes back over here, and then take those jars and put them on that counter so I can wash them tomorrow and get them out of here, right? Hold on. Okay, so the fish is done. It's 1:15 in the morning now, so it's been an all-dayer. So the only thing I gotta say about the blue cod is, I should have let it fully unthaw before I stuck it in a jar. Because I think at some point it ended up being a bit too much liquid after the fact of the fish unthawing, and therefore more liquid escaped. It's siphoned out of the jar, right? One or two of them. Outside of that, it is what it is. So that's all done. Those ones are all done. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't like it because I can't see very well. I like what I've done, but it's not anything I want to do anytime soon. So I'm glad I did it, and it's done now. I just have to wash the jars, label them up, and put them away. I already got the pork in the fridge, cooled it down enough. Plums in the fridge, cooled it down enough. And now I'm just finishing up with this beef, to which everything's all blurry. I don't like it. So I suppose in my last days, it's probably better that I do this and convince my mind that I don't like doing this anymore, so that when I really can't do it anymore, I won't miss it. Right? I'm just saying. What else can you do? Right? So I'm training my mind not to like it so that I won't miss it when I can't do it no more. Yeah. So we still have, Andre said the blackberries are getting ready to pick. I'd like to can, honestly, I'd like to can 6 quarts of blackberries, at least 6 quarts. I have some downstairs, but again, everything got moved around, so where they are, I seen 1 or 2 jars, but I know I had more than 1 or 2. But anyway, I'd like to do at least 6 quarts of the blackberries in terms of the berry itself. Some blackberry juice would be nice. Although I think I'll make them into maybe pint size, and then this way you can use them for smoothies or something, right? Because it's rich, very, very rich. They're really nice frozen. Blackberry juice is really nice frozen, but I never have enough room in my freezer. I gotta work on clearing out that freezer so we can get on to making ice cream and stuff. And then maybe some pears. It depends. We'll see how that goes. If the pears come, I'll do it no matter what, even though, I don't know, my eyes are wigging, man. I think what happened too, I've been doing a lot of this lately. I don't think that's been good for my eyes either. Nothing's good for my eyes anymore. But definitely something's going on here. So maybe some pears. And then of course we know we've got apples coming. So honestly, if I could do 12 jars of apple juice, that would be good. Because these are organic apples. And that's good. There's 3 different types of apples. Catch them in the middle. Yeah, in the middle of the fall. Not the first set of apples, but just as you're like at the right at the height of the middle fall as the third fall is coming, because they all fall at different times, right? That would be really good. So maybe 12 jars of juice, apple juice. I don't want to make apple butter and all that crap. I still have apple butter in my room. 1 jar of apple butter already popped that I'm aware of. Took it out of the room. I don't know about the rest, but either or. I'm not in the mood to be making apple butter after the fact of making apple juice. So I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe freeze it, dry it. I could dry it. I could dehydrate it and turn it into apple powder. There's an idea. After you juice your apples, that is, right? And then probably dehydrate some apples, assuming I can see. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And then if anything else comes around, like my tomatoes or something, we'll see. I haven't. Andre waters them. I don't even know what's going on with them. I haven't been out there. And honestly, this eye situation is not very good. So this is very hot. I'm glad I did it. Tomorrow's easy peasy, because I've pretty much washed everything, minus these jars. So these have to be washed at some point. I'm going to start with the fruit first. That's the easiest. And then the meat's been degreased. And then tomorrow, well, almost degreased. And then tomorrow, after everything gets cold and the grease rises, you skim off the grease and yeah, you're good to go. And the 75 minutes in the canner. I'm not going to get that many jars. So I'm debating whether I should just throw in a few jars of those potatoes, like I said, just to get them off my mind. Right? Maybe. I'm not sure. 75 minutes in the pressure canner with potatoes is... It's only supposed to be 40 minutes. That's another 35 minutes. That's a long time. Might turn into mush. I don't know. Anyway...